Hey, welcome back to the channel. I don't know much, but I do know that if you have a plan, life will change those plans, and that's especially true for project cars. This is the 94 Miata. My goal today was to get the carpet installed and glued in, and I was going to get all these interior parts put back together. And I looked up and I saw that. And that is not supposed to be like that. That little piece is where the defrost and the windshield heat comes on and hits the windshield, and is real important, especially in the South, when it starts off at 30 degrees in the morning and it's 75 by the afternoon. Now, it's always been cracked, but it has not been broke. In fact, it has not ever been up like this. And I don't want to get all of this stuff back in and then have to take the dash back out to fix that. Now, what is the other option? Some of these little pieces are missing. I'm not really worried about that. I just want this to go back down flush in the dash. There is a screw that goes right there, or a bolt. I can't remember which one it is. But I don't want to take this whole dash out. Also, I thought maybe this was a separate piece. It is not. It's actually part of the dash. All of this is one part. I was hoping it was a separate piece. It's not, which means it needs to be glued back in, or I need to replace the dash. Now, I don't have replace the dash money, so we're not going to replace the dash. So how do I get this thing in here and glued up right? Well, I can take the dash out. I don't want to take the dash out. That is probably a day or two too much work. It's going to set me behind. The other thing I can do is take this windshield out. Now, that sounds bad. It sounds like a big job. It is a big job. If I take it out, I do not know how to put these things back in. However, I guess this is the best time to at least remove it and get this dash fixed. This dashboard has always done like a little rattling and stuff, and I've had a couple pieces of cardboard just stuck in there, kind of keeping the rattles down to a minimum. But it looks like at this point, I'm gonna have to take this out and glue this back in. Let me show you another reason why I don't want to replace the dash. Your ID, the VIN number right there. I don't want to drill those out and then replace that ID. I don't think I'll ever sell this car, but if I do, it will, you know, it might raise questions for the next owner, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, hang tight, and I will be removing this windshield. I've never done this before. All right, got all these screws taken out. Now this should just pop right out. There we go. Definitely need some cleaning. All right, so we got that out. Now we have bare glass down here. It looks like these are little supports that hold it in one place. And then these were where those little screws came out. Those all look pretty good. That one, yeah, they're okay. They're a little adjustable. Anyway, so here's the glass. I'm gonna take this seal out next, as best as I can. That little trim molding, and that's probably an expensive part. Who knows? Maybe not on these little Miatas. Anyway, that'll be the next. I'm gonna take that seal out, and then we'll get working on the windshield removal. Well, it's harder than I didn't think it was going to be easy, but it is harder than I thought it was going to be. This little piece here has got a profile. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like that. And The car is on this side, the windshield is on this side, and it is proving more difficult than I thought to get that out. I did heat it up, finally kind of wised up and heated up, and I was able to break it loose, you know, all the mold, and not mold, but grime and stuff from the body of the car. So it's broken loose there, it's broken loose there, but it has that channel, a little T channel right there that is holding it in there pretty good. Well done, Mazda. All right, took about an hour or so, but I'm back from Harbor Freight. I got this windshield removal kit. Got to thank a YouTube channel called Space Miata for having a nice little video on how to do it. So, and he also explained that I need to do something with these. Got to get a couple little pins and pull that down, and the one on the other side too. I didn't know anything about that, so but I am going to have to cut this and get rid of that and order a new seal around that. In his video, he was able to get his out without damaging it, so it must have been a lot newer. Anyway, thanks to him, and we're going to get started. All right, just wanted to kind of do a little update. So I cut the inside of that molding off. This stuff is brittle. Of course, yeah, it's breaking, cracking. So I've got to get a new piece of that. Anyway, I cut right along that edge. There's that crack. But I cut right along that edge. You could hear I could get it. I was getting into the glass a little bit every once in a while, but tried to cut away from me, wasn't working very well, so cut towards me, but I did it steadily with two hands and decided I should probably put on some gloves because I don't want to go to the hospital today. Anyway, so I'm gonna now drop these down and then get started on the removal kit. All right, so we got the sides across the top, down the other side. I broke two of these wires, and I believe I know why. I didn't feel comfortable with it being so long, like pulling all over the place. There goes the camera stand. I didn't feel comfortable, you know, going all the way across. But what I think what happened was that when I went to a shorter wire, it got too hot too quick, and just it broke. Because the first one didn't. It only lasted going up like to right here, or maybe a little bit further, and it snapped. Where the other one went all the way up and over. I went with a longer one this time, as you saw, and it got all the way up to the corner and down here, and we're still good. All right, so these things right here, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing with those, so I'm gonna probably do that off camera and cut this out, and then I'll bring you guys back in when the windshield comes out. right, this next little part is explaining these little supports for the windshield. And before we get into it, they look like little Frankenstein heads, which is ironic because there are things called Frankenstein bolts on the back of these things, right? So the little Frankenstein head there holds the windshield up and or in place. It's a tension thing. But it's got this little metal tab on the back that acts as a ratcheting system that goes up little grooves in that black plastic right there. And you're supposed to be able to press something down in those little, I'm gonna call them eye holes because they look like Frankenstein's eyes, but it's supposed to be able to release and drop down, and mine would not. I'm assuming it was because the car's, a 1994 and things don't work as well as they used to. So mine would not come out, and so I ended up having to kind of pry on them and this and that, and ended up breaking the tab off the back of it. Yeah, like right there. And then, so once one was broke, I broke the other one. So I looked them up. They're not too bad. They're under $5 to replace, but they go in that little hole right there. And so I'm going to get some new ones before the new windshield goes in. If y'all remember, the reason why we're doing all this is so I can get to the dashboard. And that's where it broke. And it broke there, and it broke over there, and it broke here. And there's the screw. So what I'm going to do is clean it up a little bit, clean all this up a lot, glue all this back in, and once it is in as perfect as it's going to be, because look, every one of these are broke. So when I can get all of this stuff the way it should be, and this has been like this since I bought the car in 2011. So I mean, this is one of those things where I figured if I ever got the windshield taken out, I would fix it, but just never did. So I just stuck a little piece of cardboard or folded up paper, and it kind of got rid of the rattle. But this is actually an unexpected opportunity to, oh, it's even broke right there. So I'm assuming this is a Miata thing. I've had this one for a long time. Hey, I can change all of my lights and everything if I want to right there. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna get that fixed and we'll move on from there. That will be in the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. I know this is only video 2. Like, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on. See you next time. Cue the toolbox.